welcome back to this week's episode of Hawk's Nest. Today we're going to be talking about women's soccer, football, and a recent decision made by Board of Regents affecting home games. All of this coming up next. I'm Madison Sturman, and with me I have Leon Miller and Noelle Williams. Let's jump right into it. How did our soccer team do this weekend?
Soccer did great this weekend, Madison. The team would beat SIU 2-0 in a clean sweep in the game where Bailey Redden would gain her fourth shutout for the season. Freshman midfielder Haley Block did set the tone for the team as she would score the first goal.
And speaking of Haley Block, earlier in that week, SEMO did play SIUE, where she had her first collegiate points. And then fast forwarding back to that game on October 5th against Southern Illinois, freshman Kennedy Jones had her first collegiate game after being out with a concussion. And in that game, she had her first collegiate points. And she also did have the final goal for Southeast to secure their victory.
Cool.
So when's the next home game?
Their next home game will be on October 25th against Jacksonville State.
Well, let's keep moving. And for another big game for this weekend, Leon, why don't you tell me about football?
Football would extend their home game winning streak to 10 this weekend as they defeated Tennessee Tech 43-37 in a double overtime win. The team running backs did combine for 225 total rushing yards along with 5 touchdowns.
And the running backs weren't the only ones stacking up stats this weekend. Also, quarterback Daniel Santa Catarina, as of right now, is only 12 passing yards away of having a total of 4,000 passing yards in his 2-year career here at SEMO. And now if he succeeds at doing that, he'll be in the top 10 all-time offensive leaders in school history.
Great.
Wow, sounds like a real nail-biter.
And that it is, Madison. And now speaking of home games, the board recently has made policy adjustments to allow the sales of alcohol at games.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and now this policy adjustment will allow the sales of beer and wine to be sold at home games, but it does not permit the sales of liquor and spirits.
Yeah, and actually Rick's management, they're providing options for fans such as giving them wristbands during the games, having alcohol-free sections for the fans to sit in, and they have alcohol limits for fans that want to drink during the games. These implementations could take effect as soon as the 2019-2020 basketball season.
Wow. Well, that's all from Hawk's Nest. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. We'll see you next week.